Greetings and welcome to another Diablo 2 Resurrected video. Today I want to show you 5 budget builds that can do Chaos on Hell difficulty. These 5 budget builds have existed before the upcoming patch 2.4, so you can start playing them right now and not have to wait for patch 2.4 to drop. So what do I mean by budget? For me, budget is no runes above Lem rune, no torch, no any uniques only from like nightmare or normals. Other than that, I'm using crafted or rare items, low level rune birds, like for example Grime in a shield, Lore in a helmet, Spirit in a sword, and Smoke in a body armor. So all pretty easily obtainable. Most of the stuff is obtainable in nightmare already, so you will have no difficulty getting this gear. If you want to know more about these builds and the exact gear that I'm using, be sure to check out the video description down below. I will be putting in links to the individual build videos that I already made and that are on this channel. With that being said, let's get right into it. The top 5 budget builds for farming Hell cow level. So first up is the Wind Druid, coming in on number 5 on this list. His main skills are Tornado, which does physical damage, and also Hurricane for cold damage. Hurricane swirls around the Wind Druid and damages everything that comes near him, and also slows them because it's cold damage. For the Tornado part, the physical damage is very nice because you have now 2 different types of damage, so you will not have any issues with like cold immunes or physical immunes. If they come with both immunities, then you just walk away from them and just go around them. But other than that, this is very good setup, and also you can boost up your tornado damage if you equip a Reaper's Toll on your Act 2 mercenary, for example, or a Lawbringer on your Act 5 mercenary when patch 2.4 hits, because Lawbringer and the Reaper's Toll are 2 of the weapons that can proc Decrepify on your enemies, and Decrepify greatly reduces the physical resistances of the monsters, and so Tornado will do more damage. Also, it's able to remove physical immunities, so keep that in mind. So overall, the Wind Druid has a pretty decent performance in the cow level. It's a bit more dangerous to play because he has to stand close to the monsters to deal his damage. It's a bit challenging at times to properly aim your tornadoes, but once you get used to it, then it's a pretty nice build, and it's also very versatile because not only can you farm the cow level, you can also go Travincal or Eldritch and Shank or other areas. Because his speed is not as fast as the other builds, that's why the Wind Druid comes in on number 5 on this list. Coming in on number 4 is the Blessed Hammer Paladin or Hammerdin, which is a very strong build overall. His main skills are Blessed Hammer and the Concentration Aura, which also boosts the hammer damage. And this build excels so much at so many things in Diablo 2 Resurrected, so we'll have a lot of fun with this build. It's a staple in Diablo 2 and a lot of people already know this build, but it's also very good on a budget and you can do cows with it. The only thing that you have to be careful about is that it can be a bit dangerous to stay too close to the cows, especially if you are cursed, so keep that in mind. So what you want to do is normally stay very close to the cows and get your hammers going, but you can also take a few steps back and start swinging your hammers from a safe distance, because they will come around again and then hit the cows, and the cows usually go into hit recovery because your damage is just that high, and that means they need like a second or half a second to recover from your damage before they can take another step towards you. You also can go with an Act 2 mercenary with Holy Freeze Aura, but it's unlikely on a budget setup that the mercenary will survive. So overall, the Hammerdin is a very strong character in general, and also able to do Hell cow farming on a decent level with a good enough clear speed to earn a place on that list, and that place is number 4. Coming up next on number 3 is the Lightning Trap Assassin or Trapsin, with its main skills of Lightning Sentry, which has a very high lightning damage source, and we combine that with the Death Sentry, which also does lightning damage on top of corpse explosions that the Death Sentry will use as soon as there are corpses near other monsters that can be used. So what you want to do is put on your lightning traps, maybe use a lower resist once on a group of monsters, and make sure that the first or the second or the third monster dies, and put down 1 or 2 death sentries and just see how all the cows will go down almost instantly, which is very nice to see. And the only real difficult part here is to get that first kill or the second kill. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 corpses to make sure that the corpse explosion from death sentry does enough damage. But once you have that, then it's pretty easy going, and it's also a very safe build because you can play from a distance, just lay down your traps and you're good to go. So because of that and because of the good clear speed that the trap assassin brings to the table, she comes in on number 3 on this list. So coming in on number 2 is the Lightning Javazon with the main skills Lightning Fury and Charge Strike if you are dealing with single targets, because Lightning Fury really just excels if you have a bunch of monsters, a group of monsters, and you can throw in your Lightning Fury and it will split up in a lot of Lightning Furies and deal massive amounts of damage. And if you have like a single target that you need to deal with, then Charge Strike comes in handy, which is no melee attack, so it's not relying on attack rating, it's more a spell in melee range, so that is pretty nice. And you can use it for single targets or for 2 targets at once, where your Lightning Fury is not as strong as Charge Strike. So overall, the Lightning Javazon has very good clear speed combined with a low budget setup that is needed to reach that clear speed. In fact, the minimum gear that you need to be able to do Hell Cows with this character can only be beaten by the number 1 on this list. So that is why the Javazon comes in on number 2. The final build and the number 1 on this list is the Summoned Necromancer, where the main skills are Amplify Damage, Clay Golem and Skeleton Warrior. But the real MVP of this build is the Corpse Explosion that you will want to max out. And what you want to do is get the first kill of a group of monsters and then use Corpse Explosion on that corpse. And usually it does enough damage combined with your Amplify Damage curse, because Corpse Explosion is in part physical damage and in part fire damage, and the physical damage portion gets boosted up by your Amplify Damage curse. And how do you get that first kill? For the most part, your damage will come from your mercenary to get that first kill. So what you want to do is prioritize equipping your mercenary with a good weapon. Other than that, you don't really need gear for this build. You can almost go naked on this character and do pretty well. Combining that with the pretty good speed and a very safe approach of killing and clearing Hell Cow level, this build comes in on number 1 on this list. So that was my top 5 list for budget build characters that are able to do Hell Cow farming. And again, if you want to check out each of these individual builds, I have videos of them up on my channel and I will be linking them in the video description below, so be sure to check them out. If you liked it and if you found any value in this video, please leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing, because there will be more budget build videos to come in the future. And now I want to hear from you. What is your favorite character build for farming the Hell Cow level of Diablo 2 Resurrected? Let me know in the comment section below. I will be very curious to hear what your favorite character build is for farming cows. But that was it for now. I hopefully see you in my next video. Until then, good luck, have fun, goodbye.